Hello, 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 everyone. We are back with another week of Daisy's Live show, Red, White, and Brown on Radio Zindagi. That is 1550 a.m. for you.
Afternoon here, 15:50 a.m. by Red, White, and Brown from Daisy's Life. How has your week been? And happy Holi!
Happy Holi, everyone. We hope you celebrated Festival of Colors. Em actually got a chance to go live on our Instagram, which if you aren't following us, you should. That is at Daisy's Live Gram, or on Twitter, that is Daisy's Live. And she went Holi from the, I want to say, like San Francisco Indian community Holi gathering. Do you want to tell us a little about it?
Oh yeah, so I just got back home. I had to literally weed out Holi out of my hair. But yeah, it was super fun. There were a lot of people, and guess what? We were maskless after 2 years, and it was a whole lot of fun. Our entire team went. So if you go to our Insta and watch, or even our Twitter for that matter, watch some clips that we have uploaded, you'll see all the fun that we had at Holi.
And that's exactly what we want to do. Fun, fun, fun for everyone. And you know what's the most fun? Bollywood, media, movies, and entertainment, which we are here to cover for you yet again. So this week, what did we watch, Em?
So this week we watched, and we're going to review for you Netflix's Eternally Confused and Eager for Love. We're going to also review for you Amazon Prime's Jalsa. We also going to review for you Bachchan Pandey, that released in theaters, and Z5's Bloody Brothers.
Alrighty, so what are we starting off with?
So I thought we'd start off with Eternally Confused and Eager for Love. How about that? Shreya, you want to go ahead and give us a 30,000?
For sure, for sure. So this is a Vihan Samat Suchitra Pillai, Jim Sarbh, Rahul Bose, and Ankur Rati show. So it stars Vihan Samat, who is, I just want to say, like a young adult, probably a little older than young adult, and he's trying to navigate this world of love. A man-child who's trying to navigate the world of love. He can't seem to talk to a woman. He can't seem to approach a woman. He's getting to the age of marriage, according to his parents, and they start to get worried. Will you ever find someone? So they go through the trouble of trying to set him up with people, of trying to get him to talk to some women. And at first he's like, no way, I don't need my parents to set me up with anybody. But he sees the girl and he's instantly like, whoa. So he goes on this date, he tries to meet her, and he just keeps chickening out. And he just keeps talking himself out of these situations where he meets a life partner. And how does he do that? How does he talk to himself? Through this voice in his head that is actually voiced by Jim Sarbh. And he names him Wiz. He plays this comical cartoon character like fictional character who doesn't actually exist, but he keeps Wiz with him on this little keychain or in his like office cubicle. And he just keeps that voice perpetually in his head, and they talk back and forth. They essentially have dialogue throughout the entire season, and it leads him to some fun adventures. So he's eternally confused because he doesn't really know how to love, but he's eager to do it. And what did you think, Em?
So I'll tell you something very honestly. When I started watching it, I had high hopes for the show. Number one, because the promotions for the show was so compelling. That's one. Secondly, I thought it was funny. The promotions were super funny. And secondly, the production house, which is Excel Entertainment, Zoya Akhtar, Farhan Akhtar. I don't see a lot of substandard stuff writing come from their house. And then, of course, I also realized Rahul Nair is Samir Nair's son, and Samir Nair runs Applause, and every damn production from Applause Entertainment is so good. So I'm hoping some genes passed down here, Rahul, and this would have been like, my hopes were so high. But what really, really caught me, and that entire viewing, was that voice. Oh my God, after a little while, I just could not do it.
And I agree with that. I think there is an overkill of that voice. Personally, what I think is like when you have a voice in your head, it's something that just reiterates and makes your decisions for you, right? But in this case, I felt like he was continuously arguing with somebody else who was posed to be his voice. I'm like, your head, the voice in your head it shouldn't have its complete mind of its own. It's an extension of who you are, and you fighting with yourself. You think the fact that because he has this voice and he's fighting with him parts of himself, he's such a dynamic character. You're like, okay, this is going to help him build. This is going to help him realize. This season goes through and he changes like 0.01% as a person. I was like, what's the point of having this voice in your head that's playing you both your pros and cons if it doesn't help you ever come to any kind of decision throughout the entire show? So I had a lot higher hopes for the fact that it also had Vihan Samant, who I knew was just going to be a phenomenal character from the start. I think all the actors were just amazing. Like they themselves brought to the role what they could. But I think the way that the characters were built out or set out, the main one, like Vihan's character, just did not hit home for me. It did not hit home for me. Jim Sarbh's character did not hit home for me. I think
Jim Sarbh was Vihan, Wicks, that Chinese, comic character. It just did not make sense in a lot of ways. I mean, of course, we have friends who don't know how to speak to women, but the growth in the character just does not happen through the season, right? I think the writing lacked a lot. It was a lot of repeat of his situations every damn time. There's nothing new in every situation that he encountered, and that kind of started getting repetitive and boring.
It did. I think because they just kept the same, it's like they took the same plot line of the sort of one episode and they just kind of like flip-flopped it, kept reusing it. And I was like, that's okay. I think maybe it was like a Friends style show. Maybe it was like a Everybody Loves Raymond kind of show where it's a sit down sitcom. But at the same time, I'm not used to that kind of content coming from Indian media pretty commonly. So I don't think that they knew how to do that style well enough for it to actually hit home with me. Because then I felt like there was no progression, but at the same time, it wasn't one of those just like sit down and enjoy that one episode sitcom either. It wasn't this, it wasn't that. So it just left me like perpetually, left lacking.
So what did you think about the production quality otherwise?
I actually thought it was cute. I think the fact that their whole trailers hit home just goes to show that sometimes your cinematography, your editing, your directorial adds so much more value than the writing itself. I thought that was fantastic. I really liked their use of colors. Like, if you've ever watched a show like Mismatch, they have brighter use of colors to show like comical tones. And I liked that. I like that concept.
Totally. So what are you gonna say? Go no.
I wouldn't bet your time on it. I don't think it's worth the whole season.
Yeah. I left it at May as well. So totally May.
Yeah. If you really have nothing else to do with your time, then
one
maybe.
of the very few shows from Excel Entertainment, Zoe Akhtar, Farhan Akhtar's production house that we would say a May to. Clearly.
Yeah. That's true. They have produced some fantastic shows in the past. So I'm kind of surprised. Maybe it's just because they don't know how to target this demographic yet. And hopefully in the future they will, because I genuinely enjoy their content.
It was exasperating to see him do the same thing repeatedly. Oh, man. And that voice, oh my God, I love Jim Sarbh. Sorry, but that voice. So
that's it.
All right. So time for a song?
It is time for a song. What are we listening to?
How about Srivali from Pushpa, sliding it in right now.